All right, we are live. I think I am. I'm not late. It's fine. um. Okay. So today I want to talk about spirals. Is camera one, camera two, notes. But life is about spirals. I think as we begin normalizing like each part of our journey, it's the break. It's that slowing down that allows for leveling up. So, this is a very vulnerable story for me, but I'm going to share it. Um, Back in 2018, I found myself in what was very normal at the time, and it was a very deep depressive episode. I was feeling suicidal. Again, it was very normal for that period of time. And I didn't really know why. I didn't know what to do, like what the issue was. Outwardly, my life was fine. I had a decent job of sorts. I had a boyfriend at the time that I was happy with at that time, and I was even getting traction with camming, but I was unhappy, like woefully so. Like I was really unhappy, and I couldn't really shake the feeling like if I didn't change something, then I was afraid that I would find success with my suicidal ideations. Um, so I changed everything. I essentially decided to take a break from my life as I knew it. And it was around that time that I stumbled upon like Marie Kondo and the whole spark joy thing. It's a book on cleaning and like organization. But the idea is that everything carries an energy. It's, you simply pick up an item and you can tell immediately how it makes you feel. And I fell in love with that concept because in that sense, I could decide. I had the power to see with clarity what did and didn't belong in my life. Now, I extrapolated. I extrapolated the idea quite a lot. Maybe I got a little crazy with it. But the more I connected to the like tactile sense, I found at that time there was very little that actually sparked joy in my life. And that was even including my then boyfriend and apartment. So I said all that to say it was the connectedness to self. It was that sensory, the tactile connectedness that began my journey towards happiness and towards my own definition of success. It was the break. It was that like shift in the pattern and in the habits and the routines that gave me some amount of clarity over time, of course, to begin leveling up in a sense. I started creating a life that I actually wanted to live rather than what I thought I should be happy with. You know what I mean? And the idea, this concept of spiraling up is connected very deeply with me. I think in the spiritual world, there's like the idea of the infinite. Like I even have the ring with like the little infinity symbol. It's very prominent, that idea that like everything is connected and it's all infinite, the give and receive and flow. And I feel that, but I think in a way it's almost like this idea of doing rather than being. I think in our very submersive, this like constantly visible world, it's not always easy to just like disconnect from the ideas of like hustle and like always going and pushing this do more to be more. But I think it's in the being that we find ourselves. We find our wants, we find our desires, the feelings that we're seeking, and like projecting on something external rather than connecting internally, realizing this feeling is something that is generated within ourselves. Like each and every one of us can and does generate those feelings, this sensory feeling that we want to feel in each and every moment. That's why we start like idealizing and like reaching for the future, because we think there's this external thing that's going to have, be, connect, decide for us our feelings, our somatics. So to me, the spiral kind of reminds me that everything is cyclical. There's ups, there's downs, there's twists, there's turns, but it's that space. It's like that little break in between that actually enables the next level. And I don't think it's anything that you have to do per se. It's so much more about just feeling and following. So I am a healer. I am a guide because I show you how to follow that thing, how to generate the feelings that you want to feel from the inside and let that be your guide. Rather, if your goal is a 10K month or your goal is a 100K month, it's all about the energy of being, not doing. You create strategy, you create goals in support of, to cradle your being, not the other way around. I think we get it backwards a lot of the times. If you want to connect to your down, to that slower energy of being, and see what your next level has in store for you, book your free somatic exploration. It's in the description or Instagram, link in bio. And let's explore, because that the things that we want externally is all a reflection of what's already inside of ourselves. What you want is wanting you. The question is really, can you allow yourself to have it? Oh, that's all for today. In the dark to feel light. See ya.